Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is brought in at the 21. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Mike 5'9", Check right. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check. Hey, 382, hey, 50. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I'm coming up to you.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. Now Cook. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. From back at the 3 now, this is third and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Go! 180! 54 Mike. You're trapped! You're trapped! Ran, go! One set.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
On second down now, it's Cook. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, who is this guy? He's special. And he said, dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Mike, 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check. Wide. Tackle. Go. 44. Mike. 44.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd and 11 now, Trubisky. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 1st down, a run with Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. They get the 1st. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Everson Griffin on the sack. Taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. On third down, it's Cohen. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A first down throw for Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You better be afraid of me.
Now Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Mike's
From the red zone now, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
To Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Minnesota.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And how about that for just running out the clock? Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Gun. Hey, receiver. Hey, dude.
Starting the third quarter with Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Jahan,
59. No gain on this defense. No gain.
300. Gun.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You ain't doing nothing.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 20.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, box truck.
To throw, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. for Cousins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Again, it's Cohen. 11 yards there, 1st down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
A 1st down carry for Davis. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Vikings' 48-yard line.
Mike, I got you, Pop. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Who that? Who that?
From just shy of midfield, Trubisky. That is incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Check out. Check 50. Check 50.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
This is Cohen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Lock in, lock in.
Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. Right there, 54.
From the 29, Trubisky. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his 2nd there.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Hey, man.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And a broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
54. Come on. Motion.
On 2nd and 15 now. Trubisky forced out to his left. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Ben Gideon, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Brings up 4th down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Vikings 17, Bears 10.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And some room to maneuver. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Here's Trubisky. Going deep this time for Miller. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Win the rep.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Check 59, Mike.
Cousins on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They try again with Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He'll let this go for the end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Davis. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
That's what I do. Check nickel.
Another try for Davis. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Third and 4. And this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Hey, come on out here. Listen to me. Come get some.
Throwing here, Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike, check, 59. First. Mike's 59. Mike's 50. Hey, I got him. Check 3.
A toss to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And this will be taken at the 13. A great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want.
And this is caught. A huge play there for Chicago. 55 yards. 1st and goal. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles